So basically, I am proof that not all dinosaurs are extinct. So I started 31 years ago as an insurance agent in the UK. I'm also not Turkish. I also have a Turkish wife. It was industrial branch in those days, so we were part of the community. I would go around little villages. I would collect cash payments for insurance. Sometimes the people would be out at work. They'd leave the back door open, and I would just go into their house, and the money was on the table, and I would take it. So now we're talking about Insurtech. And is it the same job? Well, I think it is. The only digital thing we used 31 years ago was a calculator. That's all we had, a calculator. We had these massive rate books with all the, before the days of algorithms. We had to look up the person's age and various details, and then we'd plug it into the calculator and work out the premium. So we are superheroes. Insurance people are superheroes. We are in one of the best industries in the world because we protect families, we protect business, we protect property, we protect possessions, and the world wouldn't have any kind of order if it wasn't for the insurance sector. So first of all, we should be very proud of who we are. And insurance is the people business, and I think a few people mentioned it already this morning. It isn't about technology, it's about people. We provide services to people. We have agents and brokers that sell the business. In Turkey still, agency and broker is 70% dominated by agency and broker. 20% bank assurance, and then the remaining 10% is this kind of more digital channels. So I'm going to rip my shirt off now and see my Superman t-shirt underneath. But we've got to change. The industry has to change. And if we see what's happened with fintech over the last 15 or 20 years, I think Jason mentioned it, we don't need cash anymore. Right? We can use our app on our phone and we can do anything. Insurance hasn't developed so fast. So now is the time to do it. And we have to do it. So the panel we had this morning, I think that could be the panel pretty soon. So everything is changing. And most of those are women, by the way, you know. We've got Cortana, Alexa, and Sarah, they're all women. So this is good anyway. So why Insurtech Hub? Well, it's quite easy, really. We have some problems in the industry. We have some threats. One of the biggest ones is the tech giants. Again, that's been mentioned because, you know, the new oil is data. And Facebook and Google and Alibaba and Amazon, they have lots of data that they can use. And they have more information about your clients than you do. So that's got to be a risk. Amazon and Alibaba are already selling insurance in some countries. The telcos, I don't know if there's anybody from the telcos, but the telecoms also got lots of data. They also sell the app, your smartphone. They also now insure the smartphone. Now they start to sell you insurance products through your iPhone. The Insurtechs. So this is a new group, mainly in the United States, but also in the UK and Germany. They're starting to pop up now. So they design a product, and then that product becomes an insurance company, and they go into the market, and they take business very easily. Still very expensive to develop this Insurtech business, but Insurtechs are a threat. Your competitors, obviously. Why? Because some of them are investing in Insurtech and some aren't. And of course, I think Alexandra mentioned that regulation can be a problem because it can stop you doing what other sectors can do. So this is also a big threat to the insurance sector. So we've seen this slide already, so I'm not going to dwell too long on it. But the fact is, yeah, there is about 1,500 let's say, Insurtechs that have had investment invested in them. There's probably about another 3,000 or 4,000 fledgling Insurtechs in the incubators and accelerators that are getting off the ground. So there's probably about 5,000 or 6,000. If you look at the numbers there, it's about 30 billion. 75% of that money is in the United States. 75%. There's 5 unicorns up there. Root is the biggest. So Root is a telematic that basically gives you the little plastic box to put in your car. You drive for it for 1 month, and at the end of that 1 month, they calculate your insurance premium for you based on your driving. Now, when you think about it, it's a very good idea, because if I'm being measured, I'm going to drive more carefully, right? If I want a cheaper premium, it makes sense. So then what happens is, after they've taken out the policy, the box stays in the car, so the person's being measured, and he's been reminded every month about his driving performance. And if he drives well, he gets some little rewards like, I don't know, 5% off of petrol or gasoline. So again, what gets measured gets done. So Root is finding that the claims are starting to drop. We've got Lemonade. Everyone knows Lemonade. It's now worth about 1.5 billion, arguably. If you hasn't made any money, it's losing lots of money, but at least the shares are worth 1.5 billion. Also Hippo. Hippo is focused on things like IoT devices, so cameras on your house and doors and all this kind of stuff. Then we've got Clover, which is in the health area. And there's one called Policy Bazaar, which is in India, and it's an aggregator. But still, 75% of all the money in the Insurtech world is in the United States. So how relevant is this to Romania or Turkey? I would say not too relevant. So what we need to do is, go down into the funnel and see what we can do on a more local basis. So again, I think we've mentioned it a few times. There's a lot of buzzwords in Insurtech. Should we do blockchain? What is blockchain? Do we do artificial intelligence? What does artificial intelligence do? How can I use it? What's the benefit for the insurance company? What's the benefit for the customer? But this might help. So I did a survey on LinkedIn about 6 or 7 months ago. About 25,000 people read the survey. About 500 people actually answered the survey. And these are people in Insurtech positions around the world. And their view was that artificial intelligence is the most relevant thing now and will be for the next 2 years. But then 24% said Internet of Things, and 11% said a mixture of AI, blockchain, and IoT. So it's very much, I think, what Alexandra said was, well, what is this Insurtech? Where do we start? What's good for us? Because you can't get 2 people to agree on the same thing. So 500 people have very wide views about what's going to go on. But I think if 41% say artificial intelligence, there's something behind that. So the Insurtech Hub Istanbul was really devised to try and support the sector in Turkey to cope with the modern problems of today. And I think if you look at Eastern Europe, we have a lot of things in common. We have a lack of investment, sometimes small populations or small populations. In Turkey, we have a high population, but we've got low penetration rates in the insurance sector. So we need to devise something for the Turkish market. So it's an ecosystem. It's an ecosystem for insurance companies, for insurance brokers, for agents, for software companies, for the government, because we're using government universities to help find the startups. It's for the assistance companies, it's for the third-party administrators. Anybody connected to the insurance sector can have access to this. So we have an incubation program. I'll tell you a little bit more about that later. We have our local accelerator program, and we have an international accelerator program. The local one, obviously, is we want to develop Turkish startups, but we have lots of needs in the Turkish market which can't currently be filled by Turkish companies. So we have to spread our net a little bit wider, and I'll show you a couple of those companies a little bit later. We have a global summit, which I'll tell you about, roundtables, a news portal, meetups as well. So how do we get our money? How do we function? So basically, we run by sponsorship, by membership, and we have a global Insurtech summit. And those three things basically generate income, which allows me to stand here today and be full-time Insurtech job. I'm very lucky this is my job. So who pays for it? Yeah, Aon pays for it. AXA pays for it. Mafre, MetLife. Very interestingly, we've got six brokers as members as well. So we didn't expect to get many brokers as members, but there's a very big demand from brokers. And I think I recognize something similar in Romania, that there's a lot of interest from brokers in these type of meetings. So we have some partners, which is the university. And then at the moment, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got 9 startups, ranging from artificial intelligence. We've got a robo-advisor for pensions and investment. We've got TechSign, which is signature, electronic signature. We've got an earthquake insurance, very big mixture. And we've also got 3 or 4 new startups that are coming through the incubator in the next few weeks. One of them, for example, is claims imaging for motor insurance, which is really exciting. So we have regular meetups. Our last meetup was last month. It was about artificial intelligence and machine learning. And we have academic experts. I provide the kind of international flavor. We had 2 Insurtech companies and 2 startups. And about 100 people attended this meeting. So this is to raise awareness of what artificial intelligence is and what it can do. So we're raising awareness, very important. Some pictures from that event. So we had a plan of what could we do? What does the insurance sector in Turkey need? So we focused very much like you. I think this session today is digitalization. So our first meetup was about digital insurance, because that's the need in, I think, most countries. Yeah, you've got to digitalize first, otherwise you can't use artificial intelligence. Then we did bank assurance. The next month is motor claims and telematics. Why? Because 60% of all premium income in Turkey is motor insurance. Health and wellness. So again, we're not calling it health insurance. I think what Jason said earlier, we focus on the wellness part of it, because people don't want to be sick, they want to be well. So again, I'll show you a video of a company we're working with about that. And then in February, we have a startup demo day. And if you've got any startups from Romania that you know that might want to attend that, just let me know. We'll be more than welcome. It's just a 1-hour flight to Istanbul from here. So we also have round tables. So this is, again, a chance for the insurance companies to sit. Actually, it's a square table, but to sit with the startups and with the technology companies to discuss how could they work together. So this was really popular. So our incubation center is in the government university. It's free for us. The space is free. The internet's free. The coffee and tea is free. Even when the business starts, they get very good tax advantages because they're on a techno park. So, for example, they don't pay income tax. Not bad, huh? They don't pay some of the VAT, and they don't pay some of the other contributions. So there's a lot of advantages in Turkey for startups to come through the incubation center. So we have a global summit. A few of you came last year. In fact, Alexandra was there. We have a big global summit in Istanbul. This building is actually Singapore. So I don't know why that's on the cover of the menu, but I used to live in Singapore, so I recognize that building. So we're going to have 350 delegates, 70 speakers, 18 hours of content, 20 hours of networking, and 50 plus countries. I'll show you a video. This is last year.
More 100 more pages for house insurance.
We've seen that across lots of different industries. Also, we're starting to see lots of our insurance.
Ve o kadar radikal bir değişim oldu ki bir dönemlerin en muhafazakar denilen sigorta sektörü müthiş bir değişim dönüşüm sürecine girdi. Ve bu süreç devam ediyor.
İnovasyon gerçekten bir kültür işi.
That's the reason why I'm here, is being an Insurtech startup scout and mentor. So that's my favorite job, and this is my presentation about it.
At the moment, producing our total premium through our bank.
On stage maybe just for a few times and present your business idea early on. So
to change the carrier side or the broker side is going to be very difficult.
I don't have the imagination or even a lot of ones in terms of what is possible with this technology.
Well, I'm excited to present on the state of Insurtech, but more than anything, I'm just excited to play a part in connecting the global Insurtech and insurance ecosystem. And I have to say thank you to the Global Insurtech Summit and to Insurtech Hub for creating such a phenomenal event and allowing me to be an excited participant.
So this is the bridge between Turkey and the outside world. And if you don't have those outside influences, if you don't know what's going on outside, your internal technology can't grow. You're just in a closed box by itself. So you have to, I'm glad I'm here today because this shows, I think, that Romania is reaching out to try and find out what's going on elsewhere. And we tried, as the Insurtech Hub, we tried initially to work with the regulator and the Insurance Association. We reached out to them, and they weren't, yes, lip service, they're interested in it, but in reality, they didn't offer anything. So I see something very different in Romania. The regulator and the Insurance Association is actually taking the lead. This is something, honestly. So congratulations for that. So these are the prices. We can give 200 euros discount for everybody from Romania to attend this event. I think we're going to be hopefully working with Exprim on this. We talked last night a little bit about that. So anybody that does want to attend that event, you can either contact me or contact Daniela, and we'll sort it out. But it would be good to have a good contingent from Romania there, and we can make sure there's something on the agenda that fits in. So also, have you heard of Insurtech Connect? Insurtech Connect, anybody? Anybody been? It's in Las Vegas. It's the biggest Insurtech conference in the world. 7,000 delegates. 7,000. So we took a group from Turkey, 16 people went from Turkey. There was a mixture of insurance companies, a couple of startups. We negotiated very good rates. They gave us a stand, an international stand. And it's very important because 75% of all investment in Insurtech is in the United States. So you can attend the kind of local meetings, but if you don't go to the States, you can't actually see what's going on. So we found 2 startups that are now partnering us in the Insurtech Hub at this event in Las Vegas. And this is one of the companies.
In the next 2 minutes, 5 people will die and over 400 will be injured on the world's roads. At Cambridge Mobile Telematics, our mission is to make roads safer by making drivers better. Using smartphones, we help to improve driving habits and reduce dangerous driving behaviors. Our DriveWell platform extracts actionable insights and advanced analytics on driver behavior, vehicle dynamics, and situational context for the connected car world. Following our first product launch in 2012, we now work with over 40 customers in 23 countries across the globe. Rooted in over a decade of MIT research, we are experts in our field. Innovators committed to the future of telematics, partnering with our customers to stay at the forefront of the industry. Our DriveWell platform measures key driving behaviors like phone distraction, at-risk speeding, and hard braking, helps drivers improve with personalized scoring and actionable insights, engages drivers through competition and rewards, saves energy and expenses with automated crash reconstruction and claims automation services for personal line insurance, commercial insurance and fleets, safe driving contests in cities, and beyond. Our award-winning telematics and analytics platform is a proven solution with measurable results in reducing loss ratios and improving driver performance. Drivers see 35% reduction in phone distraction, 20% reduction in hard braking, 20% reduction in at-risk speeding, all within less than 30 days of using the program. Smarter drivers, safer roads. Powered by Cambridge Mobile Telematics.
So, why are we interested in that? And why is that good for the insurance industry in Turkey? Basically because there's 35 car insurers in Turkey. If we bring one company like that in to develop the product for the Turkish market, it's going to be much cheaper than an individual insurance company going out and designing their own product. So this is what the Insurtech Hub, we can start to collaborate together. We can get insurance companies working together. So motor claims and telematics are very high on our focus list. Yes, I think somebody mentioned this morning the claims for the using artificial intelligence for the imaging of motor accidents. You know, in 10 years' time, every insurance company is going to be using it. It's going to be the only way to do it. At the moment, it takes one very expensive professional, maybe 4 hours, to calculate a claim, a motor claim. And the AI can do it in seconds. So everyone's going to be doing it. Digitization, again, was obviously our key, because without the digitalization, you don't have the data to use the AI. Health and wellness is our other focus. And next year, broker and reinsurance platform is, we listen to our members are brokers, and they want also to digitalize a lot of the processes. This is health and wellness.
On the surface, we help improve your employees' health, productivity, job satisfaction, and happiness, all using a smartphone. On a much deeper level, we are an AI data-driven company. We correlate body measurements, body composition, nutrition, passive data from wearables such as sleep and activity to provide risk identification and prevention across your entire employee population. Gamification, rewards and competitions drive engagement and social interaction along with the collection of behavioural data. Real-time dashboards allow decision makers to monitor aggregated employee health and engagement. Interventions can take place to prevent accidents and reduce stress and fatigue, leading to sick days, poor performance and high turnover. So what makes WellTech unique? It's our remarkable ability to engage people towards healthy lifestyle change, and we do this through data convergence and machine learning. We capture measurements to predict total body fat percentage, meant to determine risk for preventable diseases such as diabetes, obesity, heart disease, stroke, and other cardiovascular diseases. Offering corporate wellness to your staff has never been easier or more affordable.
So basically, this is an Insurtech Hub project. I know we've already got 6 insurance companies interested in working on developing this for the Turkish market. So, you know, things can move fast. We just met this company 2 months ago in Las Vegas, and we already started the project. In 6 months' time, these apps will be rolled out to customers, and they can use them. Amazingly fast. Also, what's happened in the Insurtech Hub is, you know, we became famous. We're very big on social media. We now get visitors from other countries that they want to find out about Insurtech. This company came from Tanzania. So what happens is you become the specialist in that area, and people want to come and see what you're doing. So it's very good for the overseas interest. It raises the profile of Turkish technology, and it's very good for national branding. So I think this used to be the history of technology, because it used to be very expensive. The core platform was very expensive. It was built maybe 10 years ago, or 15 years ago, or 20 years ago, or 25 years ago. They've not replaced it because of the cost of replacing it. But now, because using API gateways and the new technology, you can actually produce something much, much cheaper, much faster. So the thing is to find out how much something costs, and don't just dismiss that it's too expensive to do. So finally, are you ready for the future? So what we learned is, yes, digitization is the key. You have to start with it. I think Romania, by the sound of it, is quite well digitized. I think Turkey is also well digitized, but it's not fully digitized. There should be an innovation culture inside your company, and that doesn't just mean appoint an innovation officer, that's never worked in the insurance sector before. You know, the whole company has to buy into this. So next year, we're going to give one-day workshop on innovation culture to all our members as part of the Insurtech Hub benefit. You have to identify the problems that you've got, because Romania is different from Bulgaria, Bulgaria is different from Turkey, Turkey is different from America. Different regulations. You know, what are the issues in Romania that need to be solved? And then again, through the hub, you can actually work together to find areas where you have similar problems. For example, the broker market in Turkey, there's 160 brokers, and they're all basically using Excel spreadsheet to calculate premiums. So let's do something. Let's get a platform that allows them to digitalize. And then finally, what are the solutions? So it is very simplistic, but the point is you have to do something. You can't wait any longer. That's me done. Unfortunately, I've got to run to catch a plane. We're very keen to work with Romania, because I think the problem is, at the moment, each Insurtech hub is operating separately. But in this part of the world, there's lots of synergies. The culture is very similar. You have a very big broker and agency culture, the same as Turkey. Only 5% of your business is sold digitally. In Turkey, it's 10%. You know, in UK, car insurance, 80% is sold online. So every culture is completely different. What we do know is that digitalization, or the digital sales, is going to grow. So if it might be 5% in Romania now, it's going to be 10%, it's going to be 15%, it's going to be 20%. Maybe it won't get beyond that, but that's still a 400% growth in its current size. So I think be a bit worried that the world is changing, so then you can be ready for it. Thank you very much for inviting me, and enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.